We hitched a leg over the 2016 Victory Cross Country Tour in Austin, Texas, and charted a course for Galveston for the annual Lone Star Rally. If you're going to be living off the back of a motorcycle for a week, you'll quickly learn to appreciate the cross-country tour. The amount of storage is phenomenal, its top case huge, saddlebags deep. We stuffed the saddlebags with gear and clothes, then slid our backpack, computer, cameras and snacks into the top case and hit the road running. We rolled out of town right at dusk, the moon hanging so low on the huge horizon it looked like you could reach it before dawn. With Texas-sized speed limits of 75 miles per hour, we set an aggressive pace over the rolling hills of Highway 71. In overdrive 6th gear, RPM is nominal and the big V-twin of the cross-country tour exerts little effort maintaining an 80 miles per hour pace. The backlit dials of the take and speedo and the glow of the digital display makes the occasional peek at the bike's vital signs quick and easy at night. The stock headlight punches a healthy-sized hole through the dark, country stretches. If it didn't, there's no way we could travel as fast as we are. There's super-sized deer in these parts, large packs of feral hogs, too, both known to dart across highways at will without caution, the bane of motorcyclists trying to make miles at night. Hearing ZZ Top's Sharp Dressed Man come over the radio miles outside LaGrange, Texas, seems most appropriate. Who better to jam out to than the bearded boys from Texas while trying to outrun an approaching thunderstorm when you're rumbling down a rural Texas highway? I have to stretch my thumb at times to maintain grip and navigate the audio control buttons hanging in the housing below the left grip, but it doesn't take long to master them without having to take my eyes off the road. Twisting the throttle of Victory's cross-country tour with my right, I settle in and enjoy the twilight ride down to the Gulf of Mexico. The cross-country tour's well-padded, smartly contoured seat, long floorboards, and wind-deflecting front fairing makes it easy to log a lot of miles comfortably. Placement of the bars feels natural for a rider of 6-foot stature. The angular shape of the fairing is fairly aerodynamic, and the windscreen sits high enough to send air over and around. Though it's mounted to the fork, the polycarbonate fairing is lightweight and doesn't hamper steering. In fact, it doesn't take much input at the handlebars to coerce the big tourer to lean. The Texas Hill Country provides a perfect testing grounds for a motorcycle's handling. The cross-country tour executes turns with rock-solid steadiness and tracks truly as it holds its line. It allows riders to carry plenty of speed into turns, responds in kind with confidence-inspiring stability, and gives until it's skimming the bottom of the floorboards on pavement. A 26.3-inch seat height places the center of gravity low and helps make it manageable during parking lot maneuvers as well, but you will be aware that this bike is a few pounds south of 900 pounds. With a little finesse of the clutch and taps of the rear brake, we do the obligatory biker crawl through the heartbeat of the Lone Star Rally without much fuss as we join the parading procession down the Strand. Victory's 1731cc Freedom 106 V-twin hasn't changed for years, which isn't a bad thing. Combining an almost 4-inch bore with a long 4.25-inch stroke, the undersquare design delivers a healthy dose of torque immediately off idle. Rev it up and drop the clutch and the cross-country tour will bark the back tire as it surges to freeway speed in 2 quick shifts. The power plant dollops out solid mid-range as well and provides just a bit of over-rev at redline. The one detraction is if you're not on the throttle hard, the engine chugs a bit as it builds up RPM and fueling feels a tad spotty. While our time on board the 2016 Victory Cross Country Tour was in cool, fall temperatures, the air/oil-cooled mill still runs hot in stop-and-go freeway traffic, most noticeably the rear cylinder head closest to your thighs. Like the engine, the 6-speed overdrive, constant mesh transmission of the 2016 Cross Country Tour is the same as it ever was. First, second, third comes with the requisite thunk, upshifts after that less harsh. Overdrive 6th proves its usefulness on the interstate, quelling vibrations in the bars and lowering RPM to an efficient pace while still letting riders conjure enough power to pass. Ratios overall are productively spaced. The gearbox includes a neutral assist function which makes slipping into neutral a fuss-free affair. Thanks to a generous-sized 5.8-gallon tank, riders can easily log 200 miles on the cross-country tour before looking for a gas station. Thankfully, since riders will be spending plenty of hours in its saddle without a break, the motorcycle's suspension provides a relaxed ride. The single monotube gas shock on the rear of the cross-country tour has an ample 4.7 inches of travel which rebounds smoothly and compresses without bottoming so riders roll instead of slam over the harsh stuff. The rear can be dialed in for preload via standard handheld air pump that connects to a valve residing in the left saddlebag. The 43mm fork does a bang-up job of keeping the front end planted and tracking true, and though it ranges through 5.1 inches of travel, seldom does it blow through the full stroke and get unsettled.